These are the 4 specific steps any beginner can take to quickly become a much better investor, and that's what we're talking about in today's video. So welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I'm Ken Kernen. This is 80-20 investing, where investing is as simple as can be. On this video, let's try and get 400 subscribers, get 20 likes, 20 comments, and as always, comment what you thought of today's video and what you want me to talk about in future videos. So let's talk about the 4 specific steps I think beginners can take to quickly become a much better investor. So first of all, this is the first step, and I think that beginners simply suffer from a lack of action. And so the first thing I think beginners are for people who are unfamiliar with the stock market, unfamiliar with investing, is to simply put $100 in Robinhood. Simply, Robinhood is a great brokerage app for trading stocks. It's free on the App Store. It's commission-free trades, so you don't have to spend money to buy stocks. I mean, that sounds crazy, right? But there are many traditionally brokerage accounts have required you to spend money in order to buy a stock or sell a stock, or mainly buy a stock. So Robinhood is a great app. Just put $100 in there. This will get the ball rolling. This will force you to stay committed. I mean, $100 isn't nothing necessarily, but it'll remind you that you have something invested in this app. $100 of your money is now in this app. Therefore, you should probably pay attention to it. Well, naturally, hanging out in that app will get you looking at stocks. It'll get you, reading. There's some news sources in that Robinhood app. I think that first step is critical. Just taking action and putting money in that market. The second specific step beginners need to take is to learn fundamental analysis. Basically, fundamental analysis is learning how to read balance sheets, income statements, how to learn about different ratios, learn about, price to earnings ratios or price to earnings growth ratios. And I think that learning the basics of stock analysis, learning fundamental analysis, is so key to simply understanding what you're investing in. When you understand what to look for in an income statement, when you understand to look for, 10% year-over-year revenue growth, or, increasing trend in the net income, or, for example, looking for a very strong balance sheet with a lot of assets, comparing the debt-to-equity ratio. When you understand what to look for and what each of those ratios mean, you get a lot better picture of the company that you're going to invest in or want to invest in. Therefore, when you understand what you're investing in, you're able to make decisions and learn from the results that come from those decisions. You learn, should I have invested in a company that was completely unprofitable and had a decreasing net income trend? Well, no, you shouldn't have invested in them. But if you understood, what happened, that investment you made, you understood the fundamental analysis behind investing in stocks, you'll make much better decisions in the long run and become a much better investor so quickly. The third step I want all beginners to take in order to become a much better investor is to learn technical analysis. Now, personally, you can divide yourself up and try to categorize yourself into some sort of investor, whether it's devoting yourself to using like 60% fundamental analysis and then 40% technical analysis. But overall, technical analysis, I think, is for me, a secondary tool, but just helps me continue to understand the investments I'm making. So, for example, something like the MACD or the moving average is something to look for in technical analysis. It just helps you get another bigger picture of what you could be investing in. And then it's fun. You get to decide whether or not you want to consistently use that. And as always, make sure to just check out other videos on YouTube. YouTube is such an incredible resource for learning about investing. And I want all of you to simply just go on YouTube and watch videos on fundamental analysis and technical analysis. I think, and then you want to understand and, try and categorize, how you want to balance that. And lastly, the fourth step I want, beginner investors to take is to determine a strategy for investing. I really suggest simply value investing, long-term investing, using and dividing yourself up into, I want 70% fundamental analysis and 30% technical analysis. You want to develop a strategy and then stick to it. You want to absolutely master a strategy. I mean, compare a beginner who gets or gets good at 4 different strategies of investing versus, a beginner who gets incredibly strong at one strategy. The beginner who invested or chose to really develop and devote themselves to developing that one strategy is going to make an absolute killing in the short run and, oh my God, in the long run too. They're going to quickly learn from their mistakes. They're going to learn how to be really good at selecting certain trades rather than learning how to be okay at selecting many different trades. So overall, those are the 4 main steps that I want all beginners to take in order to quickly become a much better investor. The first one is to make sure you're just taking action. Make sure you have, a decent amount of money in the market. Put $100 in the market. Try to put in $100 in the market every month, and then increase that to $500 every month. The second step, learn fundamental analysis. Learn how to invest and develop that strategy. Learn technical analysis is the third step. And fourth, develop a strategy and stick to it. Master it. Study it like no other, because developing that one major significant strategy that you're comfortable with and confident in is going to allow you to make decisions and investments that have an incredible return in the long run. So overall, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought of today's video and what you want me to talk about in future videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you all in the video tomorrow.